Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Dynasty NFL. I'm Trevor, and this is Juan. Week 17 is upon us. 2 more weeks until the NFL postseason. The race to Super Bowl 57 is right before our very eyes. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on any platforms you shall choose to, and join the Facebook group. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yesterday was the Cowboy game. I did not watch it because I was literally dying. So I didn't watch the game.
So it wasn't worth it anyway. Nobody in Tennessee played because they're getting ready for next week.
For literally their play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost 6 straight games. The Cowboys have won that game. I think it was 27-13.
Mm-hmm.
That, for what I've read, and I didn't watch the game, Dak Prescott has the most interceptions of quarterbacks this year.
And he missed like 5 games.
That is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's going to happen, right? The inevitable is happening right before our very eyes. But no one wants to believe it. Hey,
they to the media. They all love Dallas today. So
yeah, 13 wins. You know, it's all good. 13 wins, right? This season, that's great. Oh well, that's incredible. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is great. 13 wins. Wildcard. That's incredible. I'm not sure we had a 13 to 14 win team win that before.
12 wins.
Oh, they went 12? The 12-4? Oh,
12. No.
Sorry.
Don't go too far yet. We don't know if they're going to win next week. We'll see.
No, I thought they won 13 games. That's why.
Yeah, they play Washington next week. I am 99% sure they don't even need that game next week. So
they already clinched the spot already.
That's what I'm saying. So
they
might go 12-5 because they take the game off next week. So don't give them extra wins that they don't deserve. Oh, wait. It's like this one, I'll give Tennessee a mulligan for this one because they're like, we don't need this shit, whatever. We're just going to rest everybody. If Derrick Henry's not playing, then you know they didn't care. So they said, don't play. Let this kid, whoever the hell his name is, let him get some reps because he's going to play next week. And our Super Bowl, our playoff, all that stuff is against Jacksonville next week. But there's nothing to say about this game. Who cares? I wrote down actually and did some research on 8 specific games. So the other, I guess 7, because one was played yesterday, will not matter. So let's skip the ones that do not matter and just talk about betting stuff. So for example, the Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 12.5 at this moment in time. And the over and under is 45. I never know what to pick because I can't stand picking the Chiefs with their spread. So I am going to not pick their spread, but I'll pick the Chiefs to win this game because no shit, they're going to win this game. It's Denver.
The Denver Broncos. The sheer embarrassment of the NFL. And then it's like
they are the most embarrassing.
And then it's like,
mind you, they're not the worst team, but they're the most embarrassing team.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'll still put down the Colts, but there's
12.5 was 12.5 points, you said?
Yeah, for Kansas City. They're supposed to, but they never do.
They never do. They were supposed to do the same thing last time they played Denver, and then they made it again.
Yeah, and then Houston, and they didn't do it. So it's like,
anything double digit from the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm trying to say no.
They're chilling. I think last week was the first time they covered a big spread all year. I think last week in Seattle when they won by like 7. No, not 7. Was it 10? I forget how much they won by. Was it like 24, like 10, something like that? They won by last week. I don't remember. I had the game in the corner of my TV and I didn't give a rat's ass. Where are you? Yeah, 2014. I was right. We won by 14 last week because Seattle just trash. Well, that's one of the games we actually will talk about because that's an extremely important game. But yeah, I'm not going with the spread. I'm going with the Chiefs to win, obviously. So it's not a very highly profitable money line, but it is a money line that will grant you a check mark on your parlay. So just put them at money line. Another one I've decided, I believe, let me look through real quick, not to put any info on the Browns and Commanders game because whatever, Commanders do need this game, but I don't want to talk about the Browns. So Commanders are favored at home at 2.5 and the over under is 40.5. I actually in the pick'ems actually did pick Cleveland because I didn't know because flip coin, like these teams suck. Carson Wentz is starting. I don't know what to expect from Carson Wentz.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I picked Cleveland too.
Oh, you did too. See, I'm not the only one.
I'm starting to see. I think this is like kind of like a little like deja vu, and I'm like Carson Wentz played in like 8 weeks and stuff like that, and now you're putting him.
He hasn't played in a long time.
And then you're putting him in literally prime positioning for the playoff race. It seemed like it's like a trap game for
Remember
them.
the last time he was in prime position in the playoff race?
Oh, please don't remind me because I wanted to kill him last year. I still hate him I still hate him for that though.
I know.
But yes, I'm on Cleveland.
I went with them too, and like pick them, and yeah.
I think Washington finds the way. I think that Washington to the point. I think they're gonna miss the playoffs. I think they're gonna lose out and miss the playoffs.
So in Cleveland, that's actually one of those smarter. If you're gonna pick an underdog bet, why not 2.5? Whatever. This one that really doesn't matter. Cardinals at Falcons. Falcons favored by 5.5. Over under 41.5. I want to say the third string quarterback is starting for Arizona. I'm not sure yet. I think there are reports that that McCoy is still not like practicing. Because the reports haven't come out yet. It's Friday. I don't know what's taking so long. But
so Trace
he might start in this game. I picked Atlanta anyway. I don't know if they're gonna cover the 5.5. Both teams are absolute dog crap.
Garbage, yeah.
So I'm picking Atlanta. I will pick Cardinals. First of all, don't put your money in this at all. But I will pick the Cardinals to cover the spread, in my opinion. The over and under is 41.5, right? I still will stay away from that. I lost a bet under bets because of backup quarterbacks before, so I'm not even gonna put money near that.
I'm more Atlanta with the points and for the win. I think that Atlanta is just a lot much better than Arizona. Arizona is the epitome of garbage. Imagine this.
We'll see. What if J.J. Watt decides to have that one last hurrah and he gets like 3 sacks and a fumble 6? You know what I mean?
For what?
I don't know.
For what? But if honestly speaking, he should just mentor and be there. I mean, I don't even want to play. And remember,
I would argue mentor who. Right? Exactly.
You know what? Yeah. J.J. Watt, just go home.
I'm just saying he is.
Go home like early. Like maybe just chill.
Pull Levante Davis. Retire mid the game.
Yeah, just say this. They're in Atlanta or they're home.
They're Atlanta.
Oh, then play the game. Next game, like screw his last home game. I'm not staying here. And we're talking about Atlanta and Arizona too much.
There we are.
This is ridiculous.
Jacksonville Texans. Jacksonville may do something similar that Tennessee's do. Maybe they'll sit because Trevor Lawrence is a little injured, so they may sit him in this game. We may see the backup quarterback in this game. So Houston is still, mind you, still not favored because I think they don't know who's playing quarterback yet. But Jacksonville on the road by 3, and the over/under is 43. I think I still pay Jacksonville because I don't know if he's playing or not. So I want to pick him in the pick'ems. But this smells like another. No, Texans cannot win this game.
I'm about to say about the whole other.
They cannot. They want the first pick. They can't win this game. So maybe that's more of the reason to pick Jacksonville. Maybe they'll pull out. Who was it? Was it the Jets 2 years ago?
Yes, when they won.
When they played the Raiders.
Yeah, the Rams and the Browns.
That's about the Raiders game when they almost won.
Yeah,
but they decided to not play coverage on Honey Ruggs.
On cover 0.
Yeah. That's what they might do something like that to purposely lose.
Which got Greg Williams fired.
Yeah, do that to my prayer because Texas cannot win this game. It can't happen. What else? Saints and Eagles. I don't remember who I picked.
I picked Philadelphia.
I think I picked Philly too. But I could see the Saints winning this game very easily.
Just because.
I did pick Eagles.
I think I can see the win happening too. Because why the hell not? The roller coaster continues. Let's end on a high note. And then I know Dallas Cowboy fans are looking at the game too, saying they have a chance at the number 1 seed.
That's why they need to win this game partially. So I'm stamping Philly to end it so they can take the next week off if they have to.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that. That rest thing's a thing. Though too much rest.
They have 2. I was telling that to my dad. He's a Giants fan. He was saying that likely the game that he has with the Giants and Philly may not matter for both teams. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna have Jalen Hurts if he does come back this week. That's almost 3 weeks of no playing.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna play at least a half.
At least a half or a quarter. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I agree. Giants could take the game off if they clinch already.
And
they could take the game off.
If the Giants win tonight, they're locked in at 6. They can't go any higher any lower.
Then they could take 18 off.
For them, they can rest if they want to.
Yeah, because they kind of need it too. So some of their best defenders are in injury report still, so they could use the extra week. So they should. But the Eagles, if it was my opinion, I will. If Jalen Hurts can play in Week 18, I will play for just to loosen up the arm a bit and then get the hell out, and that's it, and put Minshew in. That's what I would do. But I'm picking Philly to stamp their NFC East championship and call it a day. But they technically, like Trevor said, haven't clinched it yet. This will clinch if they win. So I'm going with them. Plus the Saints, the roller coaster, they suck. So just hurry up and win. 49ers Raiders. 49ers are 9-point favorites on the road. That might be the biggest road favorite of the year, maybe. They're playing against Jarrett Stidham, that's why. So I am picking the San Francisco 49ers to win this game.
Do you remember when Jarrett Stidham was a thing in New England?
Yeah. Those 2 seconds, I do.
Oh my god, that was so bad. Yeah,
he sucks.
Yeah,
Next,
he's terrible.
Rams and Chargers. Chargers favored at home by 6.5. I'm picking Chargers to win, but I will be betting on the Rams to cover the 6.5 spread.
Same here.
Yeah, the Chargers like to keep things close, and the Rams been kind of feisty in the last few weeks.
And they're already close to playoff spot, so
what the hell are they playing for?
So they're really not playing for anything.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about seedings purposes, which that's pretty much.
What are they, 6?
They're 6.
So they're playing Cincinnati right now, right? Because Cincinnati's 3?
Yeah.
No, 2. They playing.
No,
they play Kansas City.
Kansas City.
They play Kansas City. They probably want that, knowing them. I wouldn't want them if I was them because
they're gonna get.
You always lose.
Yeah, you're gonna get demolished.
And
lose. That will be the game that probably gets Brandon Staley fired,
depending on what happens. Yeah, like that's it. I wouldn't. But I think it's very not likely. Or they need help to get the 5th seed. They need Baltimore to lose on Sunday night. Is that it? I think did we go through 8 games already?
No,
I think we did. Well, 7 games already.
Really?
I think so.
You see how
because I have notes on the rest of the games.
You see how time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, making fun of people. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's go. Let's get the 2 useless ones out of the way. Let's start. Now I have notes and we'll have more of analysis now. Bears at Lions is an important game, especially for the Lions, because that 7th seed is kind of a thing in the NFC, and there's a huge war going for it right now. And with the Lions dropping a game last week against a team that might win their division because of it, they need to win this game. Astronomically needs this game. Bears are at the Lions. Lions favored by 6, and the over and under is 52.5. Notes. Very simple stuff. That's scientific data and stuff. Just because you guys like that shit. So I did some research on the game. So, but I mean, you don't really need much research to understand the fact that the Lions are theoretically, most definitely, and top to bottom the better team. Like it's not even close. Even says it in the DVOA. What's funny is that there is a 20 rank difference DVOA between 2 teams. With this set, the Chicago Bears are 29th in DVOA, while the Lions are 9th. I think that's whatever. But this is the big thing right here. The big discrepancy that even numbers got this part right. The Lions offensively are 6th in offensive DVOA, while the Bears defense is dead last in DVOA. We don't need numbers to see that. We see that clear on tape. So that's basically all we need to know. Based on the numbers, there should be no reason, and based on common sense, there should be no reason why the Chicago Bears win this game. They shouldn't even try to win this game. They're at the 2nd pick right now, hoping that Houston does a dum-dum so they can be the 1st pick overall. The problem is, I don't know about that 6 coverage because Justin Fields is a thing. And he likes to score 25 points by himself. So I will go as far as say Chicago will cover this spread after the last week, but they played the Bills tough for 3 quarters. Don't get it twisted.
Until they pulled away.
Yeah. Lions win this game. The Lions are the better team. The Lions need this game. They need to make people forgive them for what happened last week. The problem we need to look at for the Lions case is Jamal Williams playing, because he did miss a majority of the game last week, and their running game suffered a lot because of it. But again, their Carolina's defense is actually good, while the Chicago defense don't belong in the NFL at all. So the Lions should easily win this game, but we'll see. The last time they played, Chicago should have won if it was for Justin Fields messing up one time and giving the Lions 7 points. The game was very close last time. Lions should hopefully rectify, and the Lions are at home. So
Yeah, that definitely should be a good thing for them.
yeah. The second useless game. Miami with a backup quarterback going to the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are for some reason favored by 2.5 when they have no cornerbacks playing. Great. I think that's an okay trade-off, actually. New England has one corner while they have a backup quarterback who's played games already for this team. I think that's a good trade-off for Miami. The over-under is 41. One more nerd shit.
Sure.
The Dolphins are 8th in DVOA for some reason. Mind your defense sucks. While the New England Patriots are 15th in DVOA, right? The Dolphins have the second best pass DVOA, while the Patriots have the third best pass defense, according to DVOA. But here is the biggest discrepancy. Even though I'm pretty sure people know that this part was overrated, but whatever. The Miami has 8th in rush defense, while New England has the 25th best pass. 25th best rush rush offense, sorry, in DVOA. In other words, the Patriots' running game this year has been very, very overrated, and they can't actually do it. If you watch Patriots games like we have, unfortunately, all of them. Yes, I did watch the last one. I didn't want to, but I did.
I did too.
Yeah, and they can't run the fucking football. So they literally can't do anything on offense. It is impossible for them to not let alone go into the red zone. They can't even get there. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to move the ball. But knowing the Miami Dolphins probably will. I actually picked the Patriots to win in the pickup, and I'm going to say in the show too, they're going to win this game.
Yes.
So they're going to give us fans one. Since this would be significantly easier to defend, although we do not have two corners playing. The I guess we can call them the young Jones brothers, and Jack Jones and Marcus Jones will not be playing in this game. Jalen Mills, I don't know when's the last time he played, is going to be back in this game with Jonathan Jones. Godspeed. There's going to be a hell of a lot of zone playing on that New England defense. Hopefully the new tandem of Uche and Judon and Wise can get home in this game. That's the only way the Patriots have a chance to win this game. I think they are going to come through, especially with a motionless Teddy Bridgewater having the mode, who, believe it or not, actually likes to hold on to the football. So I'm going to pick New England. I think that's stupid of me, but I'm going to do it.
I'm picking New England too. Again, I was saying this before. They're giving the fan base hope. Giving them, they're playing with their.
You going with it because of the teasing?
Yes, they're teasing them.
Buffalo stompage, and that really happens next week. Patriots fans gonna be like, oh, and we're gonna be like, like, the hell did you think?
It is gonna happen. Exactly what you think was gonna happen. But yeah,
so I'm fine with Miami. Miami's still gonna make the playoffs to me. They're just gonna go in a really, really bad cold streak. So, my opinion,
7 seed and get stomped by Cincinnati or
Kansas City or Buffalo. Well, because we don't know. Monday's gonna be huge for that, so we'll see. Because Buffalo wins, they're to me locked. They're locked in the first seed basically. If Buffalo wins on Monday night,
yeah.
If Cincinnati wins, then there's a lot of insanity
going on. Actually, Cincinnati number one because they beat both of them.
They did. They would beat both of them. That's true. I think they still a game behind them though. I think they still might need Kansas City to lose one, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So they beat Buffalo. Buffalo drops maybe to third. Maybe that's how it works. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll find out in like a few days. And then they take second, and Kansas City goes to first. I know Kansas City definitely goes to first.
Yes.
If Cincinnati beats them. But since he needs Kansas City to drop a game for them to go over, and that ain't happening this week. So they're going to hope the Raiders do something with Jared Stidham the week after. In other words, Cincinnati's not getting the first. It's impossible. Yeah, it's literally impossible. Unless, God forbid, something happens to Patrick Mahomes and he has to miss one of the two games, they're still going to win. So it's fine. Yeah, so stop it. So you're both picking New England. Mm-hmm. Letting our Patriot pride make us look stupid on camera.
Yes, for lack of our better judgment, yeah.
At least you know we're going to pick against them next week.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Sorry. That's definitely happening. All right, now with those two games out of the way, I think the other ones are a little bit more important. So let's go on with the Colts and Giants. Giants hosting the Colts by 5.5, and the over and under is 39. The reason why this is a little bit more important is because we hate talking about Patriots, for one. And two, the Giants will actually clinch the playoffs, right? If they win this game.
Yes.
Yeah. If they win this game, and it'll be the first time in 6 years since the New York Giants get to be in the postseason. Hopefully, they will not repeat the stupidity that they did the last time. But there aren't any divas in this team, so you're not going to be. I'm not even going to finish that sentence because something bad was going to come out of that one, and I knew you know exactly what I was going to say.
Yes.
So here is one scientific data stat they need to know. Ready? The Giants are better than the Colts in every single possible way according to DVOA. It's not even close. Mind you, the Giants defense is bad, but the Colts are almost last, the 31st on DVOA. So no, I'm like they're 32nd on DVOA. Their defense is actually ranked for like 17th or something like that. The Colts. Would you see that? You saw that Monday night. They tried. Just Nick Foles didn't feel like trying back. The Giants are better than them in every possible way. So the Giants should win this game. My fear is I don't know if they're gonna cover this 5.5 spread because the Colts do this sometimes. But that's a little scary. But I know the Giants are definitely going to win this game. There's no question. And the New York gonna have something to celebrate because the New York Knicks are about to match their winning streak with losses. I don't know if y'all knew that. They were on an 8-game winning streak or 8 of 9. They just lost 5 in a row. So
especially in heartbreaking fashion.
Yeah, that bastard Luka, right?
To Luka.
So
anyway, yes.
So New York fans need something, and the Giants are going to give it to you this Sunday.
Yes, I think the Giants will win this game, but like the game against Detroit, and in Jacksonville and in Houston, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen.
They have a tendency of playing down, not playing down the competition. They get way too conservative. They're going for kill shots. I think they're going to struggle with them for the most part, but they should win this game. Now, Nick Foles, again, I don't know why Nick Foles is even playing, but whatever. Despite the lack of receiving talent, they should win this game. Even though the Colts defense, even when healthy now, is still middle of the pack. They're not terrible, but
they're decent.
They're decent, and they could make a little of trouble for Daniel Jones and the company, but they should be okay. Yeah. They're gonna struggle, but they're gonna pull away. I'm going with the Giants to win the game, but I'm taking the Colts for the points.
Okay. Yeah, because when you put in the thing, it went up actually. Because you got it like 5 or 4.5. It went up to almost 6 now. So, I think it's one more 1 o'clock game, and this is a huge one. No one's going to watch it because I ain't sure how I ain't watching it, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be an important one rather. It's not gonna be a good one. It's actually one of the worst matchups in the week. The Carolina Panthers are going to Tampa Bay. This is rematch. This is part 2. The last time they played, Carolina beat the ever-loving shit out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Carolina. Now it is at Tampa this time. Tampa's favored by 4. And the over and under is 40. Now, I believe in my pick'ems. I think I picked Carolina. But I have been preaching for about 5 weeks now that we're going to have one last Tom Brady game. JC Horn will not be playing in this game, which makes this easier for Tampa Bay to play. No, I'm picking Panthers in this game. I'm not picking Tom Brady. My body wants to, because I've been kind of calling this for 5 weeks. But that team is so ass, bro. I can't back that. How the hell that they didn't win in regulation against the Cardinals last week, bro? This team is probably one of the worst, if not the worst coach team in the league, not named Denver, and probably Patriots. But I don't. You're picking the Buccaneers, are you?
I am picking the Buccaneers.
I'm not doing.
Why? Because what you just mentioned. It's just a storybook. This is the storybook fairy tale.
It's kind of, yeah.
Saying that somehow, some way, Tom Brady will lift this team to the playoffs.
If they stay behind 20, yeah, that's gonna happen. That's what I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna have it like the score around. I'm probably gonna tune in the fourth quarter. If Carolina does not score 20 points by the fourth quarter, they're going to lose this game. Book that. I'm booked that right there. That's what's going to happen.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. Basically, the winner of this game wins the division. The winner of this division. So even though no one wants to watch this garbage, but because watching Tampa Bay play this year has been very, very a tough pill to swallow, and it's not fun. This team's really bad. They're really bad, but I'm just afraid that Carolina, who's also known to really, really shit the bed in their games this year. I think this will be the one they completely shit the bed. And they got a really big win last week against Detroit. They beat the hell. I didn't know that was going to happen. They beat the hell out of them. But the Saints are going to shit the bed.
Why not? Them being consistent 2 games in a row, that's a joke. I hear that.
Yes.
I hear that. And according to the numbers like Tampa Bay way more. Tampa Bay 16th in DVOA, while the Carolina's 28th. You want to get 26th ranked offense versus the 9th ranked defense according to DVOA. Hey, man, I don't know. I'm still going with Carolina. Screw it. The numbers could suck it. All right.
We should put that on a t-shirt. Numbers could suck it.
Suck it, right? There's a lot of t-shirt ideas. All right, we got 4 more. Basically all prime time. This is probably my favorite game. The Jets at Seahawks. The great Mike White will be suiting up for this game. The Jets are road favorites by 2, and the over-under is 42.5 at Seattle. So more scientific data. According to these numbers, they're actually pretty damn even. While the Jets are 13th DVOA, that's probably because Zach Wilson. Otherwise, they'll be like 8th or 9th. The Seahawks are 10th in DVOA. And we're going against the 6th ranked pass defense according to DVOA with the New York Jets versus the 9th ranked pass offense led by Geno Smith according to DVOA. So it's 6 versus 9. So they're basically around the same, except that 9th doesn't really dictate what have we been seeing for the last 4 weeks from the Seattle Seahawks. They will be getting Tyler Lockett back in this game, though. So they will be a little bit more complete. But I don't like how this is going. I will be picking, I hope I pick the Jets. I'm picking the New York Jets to win this game. We basically had it. We basically almost put the dirt over their grave last week, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to bury them myself if I have to. Unless they win, then they'll just Undertaker out of it and then make me look like a fool. So we'll see. But I'm going with the Jets to win this game. The better overall team. The Seahawks team has really, really just kamikaze themselves right to the ground the last month and a half.
On last episode, I did say we did say that someone's gonna get buried, and I expect to do some burying on that day too, just not to the Seattle Seahawks, to the New York Jets. I'm picking Seattle to win this game.
You're going against Mike White. That's stupid.
Yes, I'm gonna go against Seattle. I'm gonna go with Seattle. Why I'm going against Seattle? I don't know. It's both these teams need the game a lot, but I don't know. It's just that sense of urgency. It's just the sense of urgency. I mean,
they're kind of in the same ballpark too, because they both need help to get in also. So they're kind of in the same ballpark.
But the crowd's it's gonna have a playoff feel to them right there. They're gonna be ready for it too.
I said that too, and then the Raiders beat them. So
don't say that. Damn. Well,
there's another team too, recently too, that beat them up there, and I'm just like, oh my Jesus, this team sucks. Like, what happened? I might look to see if I find it.
No, I see it. Yeah, and also, and I know, like I said, here in Sports Dynasty, we love storylines. Geno Smith had a chance to eliminate his old
team. Carolina beat him like 3 weeks ago out there against Sam Darnold. 12 men ain't mean nothing then.
Damn.
I know you're scared now.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I am scared. I am.
It sucks. No, the Jets could easily lose the game. That's why I can't wait to watch this game. I'm excited.
No,
the 4:00 hour is gonna be fun. There's a lot of good games to watch.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm gonna stay with
do it.
I'm gonna stay with
them. Stick with your gut, bro.
I'm gonna stay with them. I don't know. It's just it would be the Jet way to find a way. You know how Mike White hasn't had a terrible game where the point where he completely shits the bed and then they lose because of him. But then I think it's gonna be it.
Maybe he's not fully healthy. There's a possibility.
Maybe not possibility at all. But yeah, they have no momentum whatsoever. Yeah, they may rally behind him because it's Mike White, but no. Seattle's gonna win this game.
Zach Wilson.
Oh,
maybe we'll see. If we see Zach Wilson, I'll be real pissed off. Like, oh, they lost. All right, 3 more. Vikings at Packers, another huge one. Packers favored by 3. Vegas hates Minnesota with a passion, and the over and under is 47.
Can you blame them? I hate them too.
Well, one more scientific data. Minnesota is actually the 25th ranked DVOA team. So not just Vegas. Numbers hate them too.
Mm.
While the Packers are for some reason 11. So you could take that as you will.
Mm-hmm.
The Minnesota, which is something I always known, but no one ever talked about it, and we're going to talk about it today. Minnesota is actually the 26th ranked rush attack in DVOA. They actually don't run the football very well at all. If it's not an explosive, because they're like top 10 in explosive runs, but they can't do anything besides that.
That's a stat?
No, like the 40 plus runs, 30 plus runs, shit like that. Like that.
They make stuff like.
I mean, they probably do make stuff like that. I just don't know where it is, and I don't care enough to look for it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But they have a lot of 40-yard runs and stuff. They have like the 10th most of them like that in the league.
Ridiculous. So
like they only can run the ball when Dalvin Cook runs away. Otherwise, he's getting stonewalled. That's where I was no target.
Yes.
So you remember that. Dalvin Cook is the new not Saquon Barkley anymore. Dalvin Cook is stone. And according to the stats, he's actually correct. While the Packers actually have the third best rush offense overall, which is actually kind of true when you look at it, because they split up by a lot of different running backs. That's why you don't see Aaron Jones kill or AJ Dillon, because they all carry the ball, and they're actually tops there when it comes to rushing. They're like top 5, on top of 10 rather, in rushing. But here's just one problem. Although the Minnesota Vikings aren't very good at running the football, only explosively, guess who has the worst rush defense in the league? The Packers do. Oh, so that might not matter. I picked Minnesota, and I'm staying with Minnesota for the first time. I'm actually going to back Minnesota, especially as a dog. But there is this thing called scripts, right? Where it paints a picture of a certain path. And a lot of people, including some people here in Sports Dynasty, we're not sitting here right now, though. I don't know. Maybe he is. I'm not sure. But I know I'm not. That are smelling the ink on the script that we may see a certain Wisconsin team pass next week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's starting to smell like bullshit around here. So I will be picking Minnesota, but I'm actually excited to see the conclusion of this game. Minnesota winning all their games with the skin in their teeth by the cracks of their ass. I don't see why that stops. But maybe fixed might actually stop them from winning a close game for once. So I will be picking Minnesota. I do not feel good about it because the football gods and screenwriting by the NFL scares me. We'll see.
I'm glad you said screenwriting
because you're with there.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. I'm with Green Bay. I am sick and tired.
Right, it only took somebody getting a super concussion for the third time. Again, Miami should be arrested, by the way. A third time for them to win the game last week because they were actually getting their ass beat. But yeah, painting for them, right? This team is shit.
Because
God, this Green Bay team is so trash.
The NFL loves storylines. We do too. Storylines, drama.
I like good stories.
Drama.
The Green Bay is not a good story.
Like
Christian Watson is questionable.
Captivating storyline, captivating action, and the Green Bay Packers telling the Minnesota Vikings, "Yeah, you may have a great season, but you don't run the North. I'm sorry, you guys don't. You guys are still bums. You'll always be the bums to them." Minnesota has, again, I've not loved this team this whole year. I think this team overrated. I don't like them at all.
Everybody thinks that.
I can't stand them. But and I think that
Minnesota fans aged 5 years
in the last
few months.
And the last thing Minnesota Viking fans want to see is Aaron Rodgers once again getting his comeuppance on you.
Mind you, he sucks this year.
And he's terrible. But if you get like Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are not on the same level, let's be honest, they're not. You cannot give this man a chance. Not the Packers, if they really wanted to, they could have phoned it in. Put Jordan Love for the rest of the season out of contention, but no. Aaron Rodgers said, no. We're still contention. We're going to be here. They're 4-8, right? 4-8, right? 4-8. Think on the table. Finish 9-8 and make the playoffs possibly.
They're halfway there. They're 7-8 now.
All you gotta do is have some help. And I think it's gonna happen today. On Sunday. They're gonna beat Minnesota and put themselves in prime position to steal the number 7 seed, which might happen. I don't see it. I think they fall short of that, but they'll make it interesting. And what way to piss Minnesota Vikings fans off by letting that happen. I'm going Green Bay.
And also setting
Terrell.
up next week's Sunday night game, Detroit versus Green Bay, if they win this game. Assuming Washington drops the game, that's what has to happen. Which is part of the reason why I picked. Even though I picked Minnesota to win this game, part of the reason why I picked the Browns to win too. The Washington needs to lose in order for this to happen in the first place. The NFL might make that happen. We'll see.
I can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, man. Two more. Steelers at Ravens. For some reason, this bore fest is the Sunday night game, so I will stop watching football after the Packers game. I'll just have to score up. Steelers are 2.5-point underdogs at Baltimore. There is no Lamar Jackson, so I don't know why they're not favored. And the over and under is 35.
Supposed to be a very defensive barn burner, which, let's be honest, it'll just be because of really bad quarterback play from Baltimore. And I want Pittsburgh to win this game.
Me too. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Know why?
9-8, baby. Let's go.
Two more. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I can't stand the Steelers, but growing up, but I want this so much for my time. I want this so I'm like, yo, keep this streak alive, my brother.
And they're not gonna set up Baltimore. I don't know how they lost the first time, to be honest. Wait, was that the Trubisky game? Yeah, that was the game that Kenny Pickett got the concussion early. That's probably why they won. They had to play Trubisky on suddenly. They ain't playing Trubisky now. Maybe they'll knock out Kenny Pickett again. Who knows? We'll see. So small amount of scientific data here. So there is actually a pretty big discrepancy according to numbers. But remember, Baltimore is a scientific data team, so they know how to skew numbers to their favor because they are actually 6 in DVOA for some reason. Mind you, this Baltimore team is ass, but they're 6 in DVOA. So we're yeah, exactly. That's why I like talking about this because you can see how inconsistent the numbers actually are. But yeah, they have the Pittsburgh Steelers actually second in rush DVOA, which I didn't see that coming, because they have one of the worst offensive lines of football. And the Ravens are rush defensive; they're 6th. So I don't know where this Pittsburgh second rush came from. I have no fucking idea. I don't know, but whatever. But I think Pittsburgh. I don't go as far as to say they're the better team. I think their defense is better, and I think they have the better quarterback by a country mile. Because come on, Huntley, come on, stop. And they have better weapons by a country mile. This team overall, roster wise, I guess is better, but I don't know. It's up to the coaches. See what the coaches dial up between John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. That's why these games are usually fun to watch in terms of watching the coaches go against each other. And there have been long rivals. Is this the longest coaching rivalry in the NFL today? I think so. Because all the other ones leave. So yeah, they've been coaching, but at the same time. Oh wait.
Yeah,
both of them. Yeah. So damn, 14 years they've been coaching against each other. No breaks. Pittsburgh to even up the score against them, and Pittsburgh continues their quest to be 9-8 above 500. Mike Tomlin stays alive.
And even though the playoffs is still mathematically in it, even though they're not gonna make the playoffs, but they make a thing a lot more interesting.
They do
a lot more interesting.
I think the NFL already is like
yes. Week 18 is gonna be a massive success. Let's go.
Week 18.
That's what they wanted, though.
That is what they want. Last game should be a great one. Unfortunately, we got to watch it on ESPN. Bills at Bengals.
Why is ESPN so bad?
I can't stand their broadcast. Mind you, I love their commentary crew. I love Buck and Aikman. They're great. But with the 57 commercials that goes between their things, it makes me not want to watch them ever. It's a pick 'em. Bills are favored by 1. It's a pick 'em because no one God only knows. And the over and under is 49.5. I think I picked Buffalo in this game. I think I'm sticking by that for the regular season. Buffalo leads basically everything in DVOA this year. But Cincinnati's also top 10 in everything this year. But what makes this a really good matchup is that both offenses, and you don't need numbers for it, but numbers do represent this. You see it just watching the games. The Cincinnati offense is way more balanced, and it's not even close than the Bills offense. It's just Josh Allen, or that's it. Like that's how it goes, especially in receiving. The only good receiver they have is Stephon Diggs. Everybody else is garbage. The Bengals have a plethora of number one receivers, and they run the football very well the last few weeks. Now, here is the issue, and we're going to see how bad the issue is. This game is a good test for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Collins out for the season with a torn knee. Their right tackle is gone. If you remember last year, the biggest weakness that the Cincinnati line had was their right tackle position. Now, let's see how good their depth actually is. Will that right tackle position hold up against Gregory Rousseau and company? We're going to find out, which is the biggest reason why I am picking Buffalo to win this game right now. Doesn't mean this is how the match was going to be if they meet in the playoffs. This is just for Monday night. This sudden, I think Buffalo, their defense, their pass rush will get home more often than a lot of other people's have. And New England may have caught on to something in their pass rush. I think they had like 5 sacks last week. So that was with Leo Collins playing for a majority of the game. This is a big test for see that offensive line if they can hold up against this Buffalo team. I say they don't. I like Buffalo to win this game. It's gonna be close and fun. How long it depends on how ESPN makes it fun or not, which they won't. So we'll see how the broadcast is. But theoretically, we're going with the fun game. I like Buffalo to win this game. I like them to basically lock the first seed on Monday night. The AFC will run through Buffalo,
which is what they definitely direly need.
Yeah,
I think they will represent the AFC if that happens, and I think it will. They will be.
We'll see. I don't go that far.
No.
We'll see.
No, you finish.
I apologize. Go ahead.
I think it will. The road to the Super Bowl for AFC will go to Buffalo because they're the number 1 seed. Now I'm not saying they'll get there.
Oh, okay. That's my. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I'm gonna say they'll get there, but the play through Buffalo, I think what they need, and I think they wrap it up today. They should win. They should win this game. Wrap it up, and then which causes yet another problem for Patriot fans because they don't need the game. They don't need the game. They don't need the game because they got the number 1 seed. They don't need the game. So, which makes it differ. Oh man, this is bad. This is terrible. Well, at least ESPN got a really, really good final game of their broadcast for the season.
Imagine they beat the shit out of the Bengals. I guess they won't get any good games.
Yeah. To be honest, ESPN doesn't deserve any good games.
I can't stand that place either.
Yeah. During the time, we used to actually we aspired to be there, be part of the worldwide leader. And now look at us now. Better than them.
Almost entered there and everything.
Oh well, yeah. Besides, independent media is better anyway, so who cares? But anyway, yeah, Buffalo going to win this game. Pretty much what I wanted to say was pretty much, I agree 100%. There's no point of repeating himself again. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Now Cincinnati winning, and I do see a world where Cincinnati still steals it.
Yeah,
steals it, which again would completely cause more madness in the AFC picture, which the NFL would love.
Yeah, and I also think that makes them even scarier than they are at this moment because that means that right tackle position was either fixed or it doesn't matter, which means that even with Leo Collins, one of their big spends on offseason, they were actually able to continue on without him. Shows how much this entire team, this offensive line itself has grown, which makes this very creepy for January. Very creepy. So we're gonna get some answers. A lot of answers I think we're gonna get this week.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Yeah. That means that we're done here. We're done here. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Check us out on the Facebook group. Be a part of the conversation. Football's almost done. It's gonna be sad.
Yay and nay.
Yes. Other than that, peace, love, applesauce. See you soon.